Hey everybody, back again with the Christmas fishing tackle advent calendar here. So I've been sick for a while, so I've got a few days worth of these to run through. And I also realized that on day one I messed up what the first lure was. So we'll crack into it and we'll take a look over the next few days worth of lures, and then hopefully I can be caught up and get back to it. I was planning to do these as like a one a day thing, but nature had other plans for me, we'll say. All right, so the actual day one lure is in a much bigger compartment than I'd originally seen it. Oh wow, okay. So this is very cool. Try not to mangle it again, opening it up. That is a really big compartment. And let's pop it out here. Day one was this excellent looking little waterproof sort of mini tackle box. Bunch of sort of smaller compartments here. Press and they'll release. So some that are slightly longer, so your smaller crankbaits or spoons or that kind of thing. Little ones for split shot and hooks. Yeah, just a very neat. It's got the waterproof seal along the edge, so that's excellent. Okay, yeah, this would have made a lot more sense to start off with. I can't believe I messed that up. But yeah, it's really nice. It's got the logo here with the caribou inlaid with their name. So yeah, really nice little little box to start things off with. So that was the actual day one up here. I went far too excited and opened day 7 thinking it was day 1. So we've done day 1 for real now, day 2 and day 7. So we'll move on to day 3, which is going to be under this little sort of J-plug one here. Pop that down, came right out, and for day 3, we have another spoon. Oh, this one's cool. This one has single Siwash hook on it, but I absolutely love this design. It's the same shape as the Mepps Cyclops, and I have caught some of my biggest and best fish on this shape here. And usually, kind of without fail, that I'll get something throwing this. It casts an absolute mile, sinks fairly quickly. It's not one of those spoons that likes to sort of ride up towards the surface. It's got a really nice neon pink and neon green finish to it. Yeah, good size. I've got bass, pike, walleye, trout. Again, it's another one of those great sort of everything that swims sort of lures. So that's our day 3 right there. All right, day 4. Try not to pop it right out this time. Oh, lovely. This is an interesting take here. So we've got just a little spinner, but it's got a Mepps style, almost the Aglia pointed blade, but the body is very much sort of a bell shape. So it's sort of halfway between a Vibrax, like the Blue Fox Vibrax spoon, and like a Mepps Aglia. Again, gold little spoon like that will catch pretty much anything that swims. So I'm just thrilled with the selection they've got here. They're all sort of classics, and they're classics for a reason. They're classics because they actually do catch fish. So that's the 4th there. Let's find the 5th. fifth is hiding right down here. And for the fifth, we've got, oh, I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but it's just a little round bill crank with rattle. Similar shape to a Big O, but a little bit sleeker. But I really, really like the paint on it. It's got this very sort of deep red and then a gold back with the lines. So it'll have sort of like reflective lines as it's coming through the water. Very, very nice little lure. Yeah, this is a really cool kit. If you had a buddy who didn't fish, I mean, you could get them absolutely set up and ready to go with just this, it's looking like. Alright, the fifth, and on to the sixth, which will be up in this corner here. For the sixth, we have a float, little half-gram float. Great if you're a bait fisherman. This one here has an interesting concept behind it. So you just feed your line through this little hole, then press this in, and it just sort of friction fits your line. So you don't have to worry about springs or stops or anything like that. A little half-gram, but it seems to be a fairly dense foam, so I have a feeling it'd have pretty good flotation even though it's a fairly small float. I don't do a ton of float fishing or live bait stuff, but definitely something I'd be keeping in my pocket just in case the scenario called for it. Six. So the seventh we did accidentally. The seventh was actually this first spoon that we did. The gold iridescent, purple iridescent spoon. So, on to number 8. And on the 8th day of Christmas, we have some little hot pink grubs. I have had so much luck using these on bass that it's not even funny, especially in areas of current. Just throwing them in and letting them just sort of arc across with the current. A little maybe 1/16 jig head on one of those. And yeah, just absolutely deadly for bass and panfish. And even walleye I've got on these sort of smaller jigs too. There's our 8th there. Number 9 is here. And for the 9th, we have another spinner. Bigger than the last one for sure. And that perch colored blade is very cool. This will be an absolute sort of little pike slayer for sure. It doesn't have the same bell body, so it won't have that Vibrax vibration coming through the water. But that willow leaf blade and the heavy body, this is a spinner that'll get down a little bit deeper. And great for areas of sort of current or when you know the fish are holding sort of off that sort of first break line for the weeds and that sort of like 10 feet of water. This will get down in that sort of 5-foot area on the right retrieve. And of course, you can always count it down and bring it back. Usually, you can usually count on maybe sort of like 1 foot per second kind of fall rate with one of these. So if you count down sort of 8 seconds, you can bring it in at 8 feet deep. Love that perch coloring on the blade too with the holographic finish. Again, I'm not entirely sure it's getting picked up on camera. I really hope it is, because it does look great. So that's what we've got for the 9th. And today being the 10th, this will be our last one for now. And we have just something very, very useful, just some plain snaps here. Nice little mid-size, so they're not too big that they're gonna sink your presentation or mess with the action too much. They're not too small where they're gonna be like impossible to get your thumb in to open them up. So yeah, just really fun selection so far, really, really useful. Yeah, it's just, nothing has been something that you're like, yeah, why would they put that in there? So that's always a good sign. And yeah, we'll get back to trying to do these on the daily starting tomorrow, I hope, if nothing else comes up. Thanks.